Hey, what's up, viewers? Patrick from Bob versus Only back with videos, episode number 1 and number 2 of Sacrifice Week on Bob verse of the day. And today's first verse comes out of 1 Peter 2, verse 5, which says, "You also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." And today's second verse comes out of Hebrews 10, verse 5, 8, and 10. Verse 5 says, "Therefore, when Christ came into the world, he said, 'Sacrifice and offering you did not desire, but a body you prepared for me.'" Verse 8 says, "First he said, 'Sacrifices and offerings, burnt offerings and sin offerings you did not desire, nor were you pleased with them, though they were offered in accordance with the law.'" And verse 10 says, "And by that will we have been made holy through the sacrifice of the body of Jesus Christ once for all." And that's what those verses mean, and let's get to it. It's time for the church recap from this morning. Starting with 1 Samuel chapter 30, verses 1 through 6, it says, "David and his men reached Ziklag on the third day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They attacked Ziklag and burned it, and had taken captive the women and everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on their way. When David and his men reached Ziklag, they found it destroyed by fire, and their wives and sons and daughters taken captive. So David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep." David's two wives had been captured, Ahinoam of Jezreel, and Abigail, the widow of Nabal of Carmel. David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. And finally, in Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 through 17, it says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. And over all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the message of Christ dwell among you, richly as you teach and admonish one another, with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him." And that's all for the verse portion. And that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching. And next time again, viewers, in every way, God's way is always the best way.